this thing on Facebook the other day, and I briefly mentioned to you before about Milo Yiannopoulos' speech at Depaul. He was talking about talking about microaggressions and how they're not real. You know, they're so micro you can't see them. And this black guy comes in with a whistle and stops it, and he goes, "This man's a fucking idiot," whatever. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm just like, what? Like, there were anti-war protesters who were protesting real aggression in like the 60s and 70s, not microaggressions. What would they say to know that black activists and feminists are protesting shutting down free speech on college campuses?
No, that's the same thing. It would be like, oh, are you protesting microaggressions? That's the same thing the Afghans are protesting. They're really furious with all these U.S. military microaggressions.
Right. Anybody who's initiating an act of aggression on somebody else is in the wrong. I mean, you can stand up at a podium and talk all you want. You're not the one that's wrong. You're not the one that's committing crimes against other people. I think it was the Young Conservatives group or something. It's like, look, this college, this group, they worked hard to bring him there. They, had to pay money. He had to pay for extra security who wound up doing nothing.
Right.
But it's all these people coming together just to hear some ideas. You know what I mean? Maybe some people don't agree with them, but it's just like we just want to be exposed to some ideas.
Yeah, but
that's traditionally what college is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a breeding ground of differing opinions and ideas and stuff, and you're supposed to challenge them.
It's supposed to be education, higher education, higher learning. Like,
higher education, yeah. I mean, but this is a major problem because, and I think the one of the biggest problems is that people care so much about this kind of stuff. While all the real problems that are, that we try and talk about, the fundamental issues, the war, the Fed, the war on drugs, all this kind of stuff that's really important, where are they on that kind of stuff,
It seems to take a big backseat to their just nonsense made up issues.
I think it comes from the top down, though. It comes from the administration, the professors.
Yeah.
They and it comes from even before that in high schools and stuff. The teachers, public education, curriculum that's being brought down. The ladder, and just the way that you're supposed to conduct yourselves in schools and stuff. I mean, my high school looks completely different than when I was there. It's like a prison, like it's more of like a prison now. More like security, more like more things that you can and can't say. I think someone told me that like you'll get if you say faggot, you get a fine or something like that, or they like kick you out of school, you get like expelled. And like, Jesus, I mean, I know it's not like a nice word, but I mean, but what kind of society we're turning into like Demolition Man, where like you get like the ticket, like you are fined 50 credits for the violation of the verbal tongue.
Right. I love that movie.
That's what they want, though. I mean, I think
But they did wipe their ass with 3 shells, right?
Yeah, I never really.
No, they never make it clear.
So I just want to touch on what you said about it being perceived as legitimate, because it's in the minds of the people that they have been indoctrinated to believe in the myth of authority, right? So they're just giving themselves up to this authority for no reason.
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's not just that it's that they're the worst offender, the worst violator of human freedom, and people hallucinate them into being legitimate.
Right.